some of the Mercedes-Benz dealership to change my car tire, and I just remembered why some people find it a bit difficult to cope in Canada, especially when they are used to a level of comfort from their country of origin. So this message is more for immigrants who want to migrate to Canada, for people who are relatively doing very well in their current country of origin and are considering migrating to Canada. I'm trying to look for my car actually so that I can. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen it now. So I came to change my tires here to summer tires, and I was just imagining something that if I was back home in Nigeria, which is my original country of origin, I may not really be the one to come to do this. It will likely be done by maybe a driver that I employ and pay for. But you know that in Canada, most times people have to do a lot of things by themselves. So you have people who are doing fine in their country of origin coming here, and some of them might find it a bit difficult to adapt or change. But the fact is, you need to understand that if you're coming here, you need to understand their culture and try to fit into how things are here. You won't expect things to be the same where you're coming from. It's obvious. Just like I said, if you're in Nigeria, you could have a driver that drives you around, but most likely here you have to drive yourself around. You could have a cook that comes to your house to make your food. You have a gardener that comes to help with one or two other things. You have a lot of support that should make life easier for you if they are doing the things they should do and they are committed to what they are doing. But over here in Canada, most of those things you have to pay through your nose to get them done. For example, if you want to pay a driver, you will likely pay a driver on a per hour basis. So imagine you are earning minimum wage, and well, anyway, someone that is earning minimum wage will not actually expect to have a driver, but you need to earn very high for you to be able to afford this service of a driver here. I rarely see people being driven around by drivers. That's why here you see elderly people driving themselves because they can't afford to get a driver to move them around and all of that. So if you will find it difficult to cope when you come, then Canada might not be the best place for you. If you think you will not be able to adjust and understand the culture of the new country and do things the way they do their things, it might be tough for you, and at the end of the day you might get frustrated. But if you have an open mind and you are willing to adapt, you are willing to learn how things have been done in a new place, obviously you know that you have come to a new country. A new country has its own culture, its own way of life. The way things are done here will likely be different from how things are done where you're coming from. So you need to understand that, and if you understand that and you have an open mind and you believe and you are ready to do things the way they do things here and adapt to what they are doing, the way they do things here, you'll be fine. But if you come with a rigid mind and you're like, oh, the way things are done, where I was coming from is how I want it done here, and you don't really have the funds for that, well, you may end up being frustrated, and at the end of the day, you may not find your feet in this country. So my honest advice for you is, before you decide to come, sit down, discuss with your family members, know what you want, be sure of what you want, and if you think you can be flexible, you'll be able to you can, if you think you're going to be flexible, or you are willing to become flexible, and close your eyes to some of the things that you are doing, back home or where you are coming from, and take it that, when you come here, those things might change, your roles might change, the way you go about doing things might change, and you have an open mind, you have a higher chance of settling down here quickly and easily. So if that is you are flexible and you want to come to Canada, you can reach out to me. There are so many programs that you can use to come here, and I can guide you on how to go about it and support you with the process. My WhatsApp number is +1 587 568 6124.